Hi everyone, Jean here. It is almost afternoon and I am hungry. I am actually craving for some of my ramen soup. So what I am going to do is harvest some of these leafy greens. These are my collard greens that are growing in this container. So what I will be doing is harvesting a few leaves, and I have plenty of them and they are so big, so I don't really have to harvest so much from one plant. I can harvest one here, one there, one here, so it'll be really fun that it will continue to produce lots of leafy greens for me. Now these right here are my red Russian kale and doing fabulous, getting bigger. This one right here has gotten much bigger. The stem is getting thicker, which is really super cool, and I hope that eventually this red Russian kale will get big just like my collard greens. Wouldn't that be super awesome? Also, these right here, these are my radishes that I started from seeds. Now this container, I've shared a picture of it, of me planting some seeds here for winter, and what I've done is I pulled out the radishes and transplanted them in this raised bed so they can get big. And these are some of the lettuce that I left behind because I didn't have enough room, but look, they're still growing, and wow, I might have me a side of lettuce leaves. Also, I did have the lettuces there, which I transplanted some in here in this container right here. The reason I did that is because I want them to have plenty of room to grow, to get bigger, because if I had left them in that container too long, they might not get as big as they should. And just leaving that bunch right there, look how big they've gone, so it's super awesome. But anyways, I'm going to harvest also some of my green onions. Now these are the same green onions that I planted last year. This is more than a year old. These were the leftover green onions that I purchased from the store, and I decided to plant it. It is growing and they keep growing, producing, so I just love harvesting a few leaves here and there, and I am constantly having free green onions. I also have a few peas right here growing. This one already fruited, which is super awesome. There's a few flowers here and there. So okay, back to harvesting some leafy greens. Okay, so now time to harvest. I have a strainer right here to put my veggies in, and to harvest collard greens is very simple. You don't really need a scissor. All you want to do is just snap them right there and just pull it off, which is really cool, and it is super awesome. Again, I don't really have to stay in one plant. I can go one here, one there, and really cool. This one is pretty big. Let's go in this big one right here. This one's really nice. This is a big size leaf. Look at that one. Getting that one, and let's get one from this one. I try not to get the ones on top because that gives them time to get bigger, so I try to get the ones at the bottom, but I don't get the ones that are getting old. This one's not that old. When they start to look a little light green, like this one right here, that's really too old, so I just leave them alone. And it falls off, I put it back in the container because it'll eventually degrade and it'll become compost, and hopefully I have worms in there and they could eat off those dead greens. So look at that. I've harvested 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 leaves, and already it is a good amount just even for me. The green onions, check these out. This thing is super long. Look at this. And usually for a soup, one is enough because, again, look how long that thing is. I'm also harvesting a few radish leaves just to add into the soup mix. I'm not going to harvest that many because I already have plenty of greens. So let's put that there, and also my huge green onion. I've decided not to harvest any of my curly kales as well because they're not that big yet, and I do have plenty of collard greens already harvested. The mustard greens are getting bigger, so which is really neat. So let's see what I have. Here we go. So this is just a quick video of little harvesting to add some nutritious food into what could be just a bland soup, but now it is not bland at all. Okay, the water is boiling and I have my mix of veggies here. I have the collard greens, the radish leaves, couple of ginger slices, some onions, garlics, and tomato. Really, this is looking like a salad, but what I'm going to do is pour that into here. Normally, I would put the noodles first and then place the leafy greens in there, but because I have so many leaves, so many of the collard greens, that if you don't cook collard greens thoroughly, or if you don't cook them well, they do taste bitter. So since there's so many, I am going to put them in first and let them steam up or boil in there for a few minutes until you kind of see the leaves all wilted in there. Look at that. Isn't that so delicious looking? So now here's my ramen. Just place it so. Leftovers. Oh, it's everywhere. And then I'm going to put in the seasoning. Now check this out. Look at that. Look at all of those greens. So delicious looking. And even the liquid, the soup itself, is turning into a little hint of green color. It looks so good. Bon appetit. Really good.